Hey Austin, tell me, what is the best way to be able to figure out where our studs are so we make sure that we use our nail gun into the studs and not passing through the studs?
So when we're out there, we're on 16-inch centers, so we'll go ahead and grab our sheeting, we'll run a chalk line, we'll snap that line at 16 and 32. Either side will already have the studs on it, and so let's go check that out.
Okay.
With these modular homes, we're going to have all thread here, and this is going to make sure that we can pick up this modular home, this tiny home, and that it won't crumble. So it's different than your regular house that you're going to build, site built. This is something that we've added. But if you come over here, these studs here are going to be on 16-inch centers. So you come here, 16, 32, 48. Every piece of our sheathing will be by 4x8 or 4x10 sheets, so that we know when we put it up here that if we line it up with this one and we mark it at 16 inches with the chalk line, we're going to hit a stud every single time. And this sheeting, it's not just for the looks of it, it actually keeps this house from racking, from swaying back and forth. It gives it a lot of structure. So if we nail through and we don't hit a stud, the integrity of that house is going to be much less than the house that's actually hitting the center of that stud every single time. All right, so like this one is different. This one here, we framed out the door. So these guys can be stacked. They can have different angles to them. That's what's really cool about these little tiny homes. So we framed out a door here. So this one's actually not going to be 16 on center at the very beginning because we only put one here for stability. We can take this out, put another tiny home up next to it, and then it'll be framed just for a walkthrough. So it's important that when we do our 16-inch centers, we check them. So see, our 48 hits, but the middle here does not. So we know that we need to do a chalk line at 23 and 48. Okay, so that one's different, and 23 and 48. Yep. Because you got to finish putting nails on this, yeah. So I'll mark 23. I'll snap a line 23 and 40. No, just 23 in the middle. The 48 will be on the seam, and then if you just want to keep putting in nails here. Once you put this sheeting up, you're blind. So you have no idea what's behind it. So if we don't mark this at the right centers, we're going to be shooting those nails into nothing. So we just got to really make sure that we make these lines and we do a good job. So that's where the chalk line comes in. I always snap it twice. No, it's 23 from the other side. Oh yeah, there we go. Lisette, you ready for put in a couple nails, Lisette?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be at the bottom. We want to make it to where it's level with the glue limb at the bottom. So I will hold at the bottom. I'll have my third guy, whoever that may be, hold this so that the reveal on this side is correct. So like right now, you can see that it's hanging over. You can see the 4x4 there. This needs to be completely level with this side. Otherwise, the rest of this wall will be off and we'll have to make special cuts. But if this is nice and plumb all the way down, then the rest of the whole house will run correctly on this side of the wall. So it's important that one guy's down low, one guy on the right works the reveal, and then the third person puts in a couple nails, tacks it in place, and then we can move on, go to the next board while she finishes and puts the structural nails in. So now we got it tacked up. She can put in a couple more. On the seam side, we're going to make sure that it's every 6 inches. On the field side, which is in the middle, is going to be every 9 inches. So we'll go, every 8 inches, and this will be 6 inches. The reason for that is because this gets a lot more wear and tear. So the edges need to be every 6 inches, and the middle we'll do every 8.
And if you're not on 6 inches or 8 inches in the field, they'll come over and they'll inspect your work and make sure that you are on cue. So that's why I have my little square, and I'm going through and making sure every nail is on either 6 on the outside or 8 in the field.
So this is an 8-penny nail. We're going to come down here We're gonna tack this guy in here. All that does, it just creates a little bit of space. And this is just temporary. We're just putting this in here so that we have just a little bit of space between each sheet.
It's been touch and go because of the different 16 inches. Some of them are not fully 16 inches, like the one over there. We have a door, so we had to put one in the center of the door, but it's not exactly on. And along with the all thread, it makes our 16-inch centers different than what it would normally be on a site-built home, because these have to have the all red to be able to move, and so they're not exactly like a regular site-built home. So they'll have problems like this where you'll hit the nail into the stud, but sometimes it doesn't always go into the stud. You'll hit a knot within that piece of wood and it will come back at you. And so sometimes we'll see them go in and come back out, or we'll see them do this, where they just don't go in at all. There you go. Right there, hold it tight, right there like that. Don't let go. This nail gun is not light. I'm trying to get this nail out. Oh. Holy cow! You gotta just pay attention to, you know, that it's going in and it's not, you know, you're not seeing light behind it. If you're seeing light, then you know that it's not going in. If I'm shooting on the chalk line, sometimes it doesn't go completely in like it's supposed to.
So this end, we gotta get some nails down here.
I'm going right on the chalk line, so I'm hoping that they're going in. So I'm about to see if I can get this nail back through the 2x4. It came through the side, and so the integrity of it is not as what it should be. So I should put another one in there. I'm gonna see if I can get it out. If I can, then that will be a good thing, because we don't want them showing through. And there it is. There we go. That should be more actually right into the 2x4s. Yeah, for the most part, I've gotten them mostly in. The chalk line's not completely accurate, so I gotta go over 2 inches and up 8. So this nail was actually, it's a hard one, because this is where the the rod is, and so these were not marked properly, so we weren't able to see on the other side the blue line. So I was going off of what was told to me to do, but it's just a little bit off. So all these nails should have been over by just a small amount. So if you can see, I put them in on the line, but see how they're not all going in because the line's not proper. So now I'm gonna just go a little bit over to the right and put them in there.
So Lisette, how did it go with the placement of the nails and getting those accurate into the studs today?
It went pretty well. I felt pretty good about it. There was a few issues with just getting them in the right spacing of the 2x4, and then I hit those back out, got them out of place, and then shot in new ones. I did have one issue with putting into knots in the 2x4, and it just wouldn't go in, and then the third one went in and came back out. And so that's something you want to be careful with, because it shot some wood back at me.
Oh wow.
You got to be careful with that.
Overall, a good day, Lisette?
But it was a great day. It's been a lot of fun.